Hi guys, it's the 13th of October 2019 and I'm going to be doing this week's video. We had some nice trades last week. Even though it was slow, Thursday and Friday ended up playing out nicely for most of the trades. So let's see if we have any setups for some continuation this week. I have a couple. I also have a couple that I'm going to be staying out of completely. Alright, so starting with the Aussie card, we could still see that the Aussie card is still, as you can see on the daily, highs, lower highs. Is this a lower high area? We seem to be having rejection here, which is fine for us. So if this holds here like it did once, twice, and then last week, this is where the market was, and as you can see, the market was trying to go bullish, but the bears were not having it. That is what this wick tells us. So it tells us that the bears are still in control. This area is holding. So all I do is link that same thing to the 4-hour chart, and I want to go to the 4-hour chart to kind of get what I need to do. And what I'm going to be doing as usual is the pink line, so just follow the pink lines, guys. So if this is going to go bearish, we do have some support here on the 4. We could see somewhat of a consolidation, or this could be viewed as a double top here that the market is now going to fall. What I need to see for continued bearish setups is for the market to close below this support and then either pull back here to test and fall, or it could even pull back a bit deeper. Once we are not taking out these highs up here, then we're in good shape. So I am expecting some bearish continuation on the Aussie card, but let's see how the setup happens moving forward into next week. Aussie JPY, right? So this one is one that I'm not trading this week, and I'll explain why. If it's not clear, I'm not trading it. So this is where we're at. This is a batch of highs, another high here. This market should have pushed and made a lower low. It did not, or it did not as yet. From here, if we watch it, we could say this is a low, this is a high, this is a higher low. So we should push up and make a higher high. But we still haven't as yet, and we're approaching this. So is this area going to become a double top and the market is going to then fall? Or are we going to continue making higher highs? And we can't tell, and we're kind of in the middle of nowhere on this one. So for me, when I go down to the 4-hour, I am probably expecting this to go up, but that's about as much as I could trade it. So maybe a correction and then go up to here. If I had to continue trading this, I would want the daily, the market to close above here if I wanted to buy, or I need to see this hold and then start making lower lows here on the 4-hour. So let me do this. If I had to trade this on the 4-hour, this would be the next setup that I'll be looking for. If I had to sell this, I would probably want the market to be doing something like this, make a lower high and then fall, and I'll be interested in selling here if this area holds. If it doesn't hold, we are going to be bullish, but for now I'm not ready to trade this one yet. I don't have enough information, so this is not one that I'll be looking at until it gets up to this area here. Aussie Swiss franc, the exact same thing. We could see where we're at, and we could either be making lower lows and lower highs, or we could be making higher lows and higher highs. So for now, kind of staying out of this one as well. Same exact thing. Aussie New Zealand dollar, after breaking the uptrend line, we are still making lower highs, and that's a good sign. So based on where we're currently at, if I just adjust this here, we could see that the market seems to be holding here. So if that is the case and that is the setup, then this is what I want to see. A lower high formation, and I could get in selling this market on the Aussie New Zealand dollar. Aussie US dollar, we are moving sideways. We do have support here. We have a high here. When I go with that information to the 4-hour, keeping it simple again, like what is the 4-hour doing? This is a low. This is a higher low. If this is the higher high and the market is going to now retrace, I want to buy a higher low. This is the area where I want to get in here to take advantage of this market as it works its way up. So for now, it is making higher highs and higher lows. Let me see if we could correct and then the market goes up. CAD Swiss franc consolidation again. We could clearly see here on the daily we have this consolidation. So if I were to trade this pair, then what I would want is the market to be moving like this, and I'd want to be buying those, selling, sorry, the higher highs. So sell the highs as the market makes them and then rejects. That's what we'll be looking for on the CAD Swiss franc. at JPY, right? This one is a bit different. Low, high, low. Market pushed, made a higher high. So now I do expect a correction and then some continuation. But let's see what the market does. I might not be interested in selling this one down. I would quicker wait for the market to form a low, a higher low here, and then go up. So for me, for this one, my trade would be let the market fall, form that higher low, some wick, some rejection, and then I'll be looking to buy and continue going this unless it comes down and takes out this low here. So again, this one is one that's not ready for this week, maybe next week. If this week does fall, I'd want it to fall, settle, and then probably maybe at the end of the week to get in, or maybe next week to get in, depending on when it provides the setup. Swiss franc JPY, on the daily we could still see lower highs being made, which is a bearish sign. We're right back at resistance right now. So this one is one I want to watch because I believe we're at the area where we can't get a trade. If this is going to fall, I need to see this wave like this, make a lower high or an equal high to form a double top, and that's when I'll be looking to get in bearish selling this market. So I believe this is the area where this should fall now. But again, as I told you all, we need to trade what the market is doing, not just what we think. So yes, we could do the analysis, but then if the market does not hold here, we're not just going to jump in the trade. Alright, so we want that confirmation that the market is ready to fall, and to get that, we would see the market start making lower highs or maybe a double top here and then a rejection, and the market should fall. Euro-AUD, right? Daily. We had the market making a high, a set of highs here. We had a push down. We had a correction, another set of highs. We have a double top forming here, and the market should be falling right now. However, when I go to the 4 hour time frame, this same area here, yes, I expect the fall, but we do seem to be in consolidation here. So if I am expecting continued bearish movement, I need the market to break out of that consolidation, come back up to test, reject, and form a lower high, right? And then we'd be able to sell this market as the market is falling bearish. So my bias on this is bearish, but for now, we're holding at support here on the 4 hour. So on either we're going to come back up here, reject again, and that's where you'd be looking to sell, or we need a break of this area, and then we'd be looking to sell. EuroCAD similarly, lower highs being made on the daily, which shows the bearish pressure in the market. So now when we take that information and we go to the 4 hour time frame, we recently broke below, which is a good sign. What I want to see is a correction either right here, or a deeper correction is fine as well. Once this remains the high and we then have a lower high, that's what I'll be looking to sell as the market then continues working its way down. We should be clear to go, once the market continues bearish, we should be clear to go all the way actually to about 1.4422, which is the daily low that we'd be looking to take out. Euro Swiss franc, again, daily consolidation. We could see the sideways movement. That's what the market is doing. So if we are going to hold here, I want to come to this and I want to look for a trade like this, push, correct with a lower high, and then continue bearish. And that's how I want to be selling the Euro Swiss franc back down to support. If it breaks out bullish, then I'll be looking to buy, but I need the market to break out, pull back, hold, find support, and then continue going. Alright, but for now, if we're staying in this consolidation, then I'm bearish bias on this, but I need confirmation for the entry. Euro pound, lovely trade. I don't think, because of how the pound pairs moved, I'm not sure if we would have gotten an entry, but I'm showing you all the structure. A high, another set of highs. This was the next set of highs when we approached this here. Watch this sell-off that happened, right? If we were able to get an entry inside here, we would be profitable. So if this is what the market is doing and making lower highs, we are falling. So this one, we would need a proper correction in order for us to continue selling. This is too much of a low price. We do need the market to correct and then continue going again, making another lower high, and then continue going down bearish. So this one is not for now for sure. We want the daily to correct. give us that high price, and then we'd be looking for some continuation. At least that's for me, that's what I'm looking for. Euro JPY back up at that high price again. You can clearly see here this is resistance at the top here, but again on this one, if this is resistance and this is going to hold, but this could also be a low and a higher low. So is it going to go bullish or is it going to hold here and go bearish? So based on where we're at, I like these trades because the market will quicker tell you what it's going to do. So if the market does this, then we know we're going to go bearish here when we make the lower high. If it pushes again and closes above, then comes back down and holds here, this is where we are going to buy. So this is a very good area for us here to see what the market is going to do. If we hold above here, then we could see the market going up. From here, if it holds like this and pushes down, we could see the market going down. So we'd be looking to sell the Euro JPY. Euro New Zealand dollar, sideways on the daily. We do have room for this market to fall down, right? And I'm looking at the 4-hour chart here. We can clearly see that on the 4-hour, highs, lower highs, lower highs, all right? But we are moving a bit choppy here with this consolidation, I would say. So for me to sell this, I want to break out, pull back, lower high, get in selling here, and then let the market come down to some support, if that is what the market is going to do. So this is one that I want to watch this week as well, because I believe if we close below here and retest and reject, we could have a continuation trade this week setting up here. Euro, US dollar, again, daily. High, lower high, lower high, lower high, lower highs, right? I got stopped out on this one here this week, which is fine, right? But the market basically is giving us an entry here again soon. If the bearish movement is going to continue. So what I'm looking for on this is I want the market to go up and make a double top or equal high here, which is what I think might happen. And then I want a double top, or I want a lower high formation where the market could start making lower highs and then fall. So that will be the market coming to this area here on the daily, finding the resistance at about 1.1072, around that area, and rejecting. Now, if we hold right here and this becomes a lower high, that works fine as well, and the trade will look something like this, a lower high and then go. So either way, that's what I'm looking for. I'm going to be looking at the Euro US dollar this week to see what the market does. Pound Aussie was a lovely trade the last couple of weeks. This is what we had. When the market was up here, if you all review the videos from before, I spoke about us being at the top of the channel. Let's start looking to sell on the 4-hour, and the market gave us a lovely setup. You can see here we had a push, resistance, push, come back up to that equal resistance, and then the market fell all the way down to the support. And then with the move with the pounds, this one we might not have gotten into, which is fine. But what I like to see is the structure holding, which it did. The channel was not broken. The market went all the way back up. We are now leaving wicks at resistance here. So for me, I like this the same way. If this is going to stay in this channel here, I want to be selling the next lower high once we get that. So you see we got the opportunity here to sell. That is what I want. This one we might not have gotten the opportunity to buy because the market just kind of pushed in a straight line, which is fine. So what I want to do, even if we had this bullish push here, right? If the market is going to stay within this daily channel that it's in, we want to be looking to sell. We should now switch our buyers, but we just need to wait for confirmation. Pound US dollar, similarly, same thing. Now I am aware that these markets are basically pushing up. You could see that. But we also have these patterns forming on the pairs, right? So even if this market is going to go up, this market should fall first to make a higher low and then continue pushing up. So for now, again, same thing. Pound US dollar. If we are going to hold here, I am expecting this to fall. If it is going to fall, I need it to make a double top and fall, or I needed to make a higher low, a lower high, sorry, and then fall. That's what I'll be looking for. Pound CAD, exact same thing. You could see the patterns here playing out nicely where the market is moving between those ranges. So all we need on this, some continuation, and we be in selling this market. pound card. Pound Swiss franc, this one is a bit different. This one is making higher lows. We can clearly see that we had a push enough to take out this. So if this is going to continue, then this is what we need. We're going to need a correction and then go up. As long as the market does not take out this previous low. For now, we are buy bias on the pound Swiss franc. This week might be a sell-off week because we just had the bulls scoring a point up here. So we might see a sell-off on this here. So I want the market to come into this area and then start switching and for us to look for some bullish movement on this pound Swiss franc. Pound JPY, similarly, same exact thing. I need this market to correct. And all we're doing is identifying what the market is currently doing. We are currently making higher lows. So we just had a push. The bulls just scored a point. People are going to start taking profit. As they take profits, the market is going to correct. Alright, the bears are going to be in control short term unless they are going to take control and take out this low. But if we fall, we're going to come form a higher low, and then I'll be looking for some continuation if this is what the market is going to do. Pound New Zealand dollar, again, we could see higher lows, but we could also see that we're currently at a resistance area. So I want to see what this market is going to do here. Are we going to hold here and start making lower lows now, where the market will do something like this, and we could probably go down to the smaller time frame to look for some entries to get in if this pound New Zealand dollar closes here. If it does not close here and it goes bullish, then we are going to treat it like that, where we want the market to push, break above the area, come back down, reject, find some support, and then continue going bullish. That's what we'd be looking to do on the pound New Zealand dollar. New Zealand dollar card, this is one that I like this week. I made some profit on this last week as well. We could see lower highs here. We could see we had the sideways movement, but we did recently make, if we watch this, this is a high. This was the batch of lower highs that I was looking at, and we just basically took out this low here, which is a good sign. So what I want is a correction and then some continuation, and I'll be looking to get back in this week on this with the New Zealand card bearish. New Zealand dollar Swiss franc, again consolidation, but we can clearly see we're kind of in the middle of nowhere right now. Is this going to go up to here, or is this going to fall from here, hold and fall? We're not sure, so I'm not really interested in this one for this week. New Zealand dollar JPY, same exact thing, not really interested. Maybe when we come up to this area here of resistance, then I'll be looking to sell or not. For now, I'm staying out of the New Zealand dollar JPY. The New Zealand dollar US dollar is at a nice area, meaning we could clearly see this was a bunch of highs here. This is another set of highs here where we have some resistance. And we're currently right at that area here right now. If this market is going to stay bearish, we are going to see the market do this and start to fall. If it's going to go bullish, we're going to see the market do this and then go up. So that is why I'm looking at this market here right now. From the daily, we could see this is resistance here. We could see we're at the resistance. So I need, is the market going to come back below resistance and give us a bearish formation, or start trending bearish basically? Or are we going to hold here and then continue going up? So that is what I want to see. Let's see what the market does for the next couple of days, and then we'll be able to decide, is this going to fall or is this going to go up from there. US dollar JPY, nice little trades as well. We are sideways, we are in consolidation here, and if we are going to stay in consolidation, then we're going to play the ranges. We want the market to make a double top or make a lower high, and that's when we'd be interested in selling this market here back down to some support here on the US dollar JPY. The US dollar card was another trade that we made some profit on last week. I actually got out of this a bit early because it was Friday, because of how the week was and it was a slow week. I decided to get out, and then Friday had the majority of the move. But if you all were following along the videos from before, I shared this with you all, and I even did some individual videos on it, the US dollar card, where we're talking about this market rejecting up here at this double top. So the market was making higher highs here, pushed down, broke structure, broke this uptrend line, came back up, found resistance here. Even here we had a double top again. So we had a double top and at the right tip of the double top we had another double top on the 4 hour, and that's what I was selling from last week, where we had 2-3 opportunities here. So now based on that, I am just expecting bearish continuation on this. So I am expecting this market to probably correct a bit and then continue going bearish this week here, where we should see the market continue to fall bearish. I think if this is going to hold, we should be going down to around 1.3820 area here, which is these lows here on the daily. So we should see some bearish continuation as the market moves, but we do need a correction after a big push like this, almost in a straight line. We do kind of need a correction for us to be able to sell a high price, and then the market continues going down, guys. US dollar, Swiss franc, we could see some sideways movement. We have the market, however, still making higher highs. What I am looking for here is what is the market going to do next. Now this is the daily. When I go to the 4 hour, I could see that the market seems to be making now a lower high here, which means that if this holds, we should see the market start to wave down like this, and we should go all the way down to the daily support, which is at 0.9720 area. So if the US dollar Swiss franc is going to be bearish now, we should expect a continuation here. Maybe we could look for a trade setup here, because if we get a double top here, something like that, the risk is not going to be ridiculous. I mean, even with these highs here, we have maybe a 50 pip risk, and we have over 250 pips of opportunity, so we could more than get our 1 to 3 based on the setup that we get here or not. All right, the US dollar itself, this is where it's going to be interesting, because the US dollar pairs looks like they should be bearish, right? But the US dollar itself, based on the consolidation that we've been in since, this is actually when? This is July. So we've been in consolidation since July, and the dollar itself, we're now at support. So is it how we're going to break out of this support? Is it how we're going to stay within this range? If we stay within the range, then we're going to expect dollar strength, and we have to adjust what the market is currently doing. If we don't stay within the range and we break out bearish, then we're going to see a continuation and some more dollar weakness. So I need to monitor this and see what the market does on the dollar before we could really decide how to trade the dollar crosses like that, other than not trade what you are seeing on the actual pairs. Oil is at major support, seems to be holding now and going back up. Based on the 4 hour time frame, we can clearly see that the market was falling here, broke this trend line, found some support, made a double bottom. We have a push. What we want now is a correction again with what I would need is a higher low here for me to be buying, and then the market should continue going up once we get that. So if the market corrects, give us some wicks, that kind of thing on this side here, then I'd be looking to enter the market and continuing going bullish. Gold, I made some money trading gold last week as well. Gold was a nice little setup. We could see on the daily, we broke this uptrend line and then started making lower highs on gold, right? We came to this area here. At this area here, we had a double top. When I go to the 4 hour, let me zoom in a bit. When I go to the 4 hour, we could see that this was the double top. Broke this trend line, pushed down, pulled back up, rejected here, and then started selling off. Gold was another one that I took profit a bit earlier on. But again, as I say, you can't go wrong taking profits, guys, right? But it just shouldn't be at a random area. So what I did when gold reached around this low here, I took my profit. The market pulled back up. I did not get back into this entry, and then the market fell some more again, which is fine. Happens from time to time. It is part of it. The idea is not to capture all the profits in the market. The idea is to capture profits from the market. That's it, right? I don't need to take every single trade. I could find 2 or 3 pairs for the week that could sustain me, and that'll be good enough if we get these setups on that. Or sometimes in a week we have 4 or 5 setups, which would work fine as well. Sometimes we might have 10 setups. But the idea is not to expect every week that we're gonna have trades on all of those pairs. That's not how it is work. Sometimes it'll be slow, sometimes it'll be choppy, and then sometimes we'll catch all the trades. Alright guys, so that's it for this week. Continue looking at these pairs, guys. I hope you all have a successful trading week, and I will see you guys next week. Please go ahead. Have a great week.